We have a question from Karen. I have recently attended the RKC1 in the UK, United Kingdom. Why don't you wait for me or ask me to come out and do it? I was perhaps a little naive going into this, as we all are, and can give all the excuses in the world, but it unfortunately meant that I didn't pass the snatch test, and my clean technique wasn't up to speed either. Uh, I always think this, Karen. If someone passes the snatch test and fails any of the technical tests, that's me as a teacher. That's on me. So the fact that you failed the snatch test and had clean technique issues makes me think that there's issues with your ballistics, but I can't see it. I can only read what you're writing here. Having started to listen to your podcast, it led me to your programs on your website. I am so happy that I found your website and the Easy Strength program. I had previously been lifting one lift once a week until I started Easy Strength, and with so little frequency, my body didn't feel as primed for the lift as it does now. I'm a 44-year-old mom, personal trainer, and I love to train every day, as we all do. The program is so simple, and I can feel the difference in confidence as well as strength, even after only 2 weeks. I look forward to letting you know where I get to with deadlifts at the end of 6 weeks. I currently manage one rep at 110K. 44-year-old mom, 110K deadlift. Atta girl. Not bad. And that didn't feel like a horrible attempt, so I hope to be confident in repping out 100K plus. Once I have completed the program, I intend to swap the deadlifts for front squats and see if I can make some improvement there. Will this be a good idea? Um, if you're on my website, and I'm not trying to always just sell danjohnuniversity.com, why don't you take both the Easy Strength and the Advanced Easy Strength course, or at least look at what I've written there. I've got a ton of information. In the downloads, I have basically almost a book length. I have 3 downloads. It's basically a book length overview of Easy Strength. I don't know if we can make squats work with Easy Strength. So that's why in the advanced course, I think I have 3 whole chapters discussing squats and why I don't think they work, and then why I think they work, and then maybe the real value of squats. It's something like that. And it's way too much for a Q&A podcast answer. It's hard to make squats work in Easy Strength. I think the reason is because whereas the deadlift is basically a hinge where you're holding on, the squat has, I think, this is my thought, and I could be wrong. The squat has too many things going on every single rep. Every single muscle. I mean, every single muscle is involved in anything you do, but I think because of it's a bit more complex than say the press or a pull up, or just a simple hinge like a rack deadlift, and I think that's why it doesn't work. Also, and you'll read this if you take the course, uh, I've gotten a lot of feedback from people that say handstand push-ups, handstand press-ups, and squats give these people a lot of hypertrophy in it, and it got me thinking for a long time. And at both handstand push-up, handstand press-ups, um, and squats, your hands are not really engaged. You're not squeezing. You are supporting, obviously, and you're holding, but you're not consciously squeezing and pulling. And maybe because the grip is takes so much neurological hit. I'm wondering if that's why the squat and the handstand press up are so good for hypertrophy work. And you even throw the dip in there too. I've had a lot of good results with young men who could handle the dip. It hurts a lot of young men right here when they dip. But if I've got a 19-year-old and he wants to put on weight, dips and high rep back squats are amazing. So to get to your point, I just don't know if front squats work. Having said that, if you did try a 2-week bout and keep the reps like I do. So I front squat in my Easy Strength for Olympic lifting program. I front squat 3 days a week, and I only do 3 sets of 3. I do it with chains, so I got these massive chains there, and I don't use a ton of weight. And I'm constantly trying to think about going fast as I come up. The chains make you go fast. I think of it, and I think that works. Think maybe 2 sets of 5 or 3 sets of 3, but just keep it that simple and just choose one. 2 sets of 5, ridiculously light. and we're talking, 40% of what you think your max might be, and stick with that, and just practice the movement, in the easy strength, the program, and just practice it. Practice. Don't try to really, make massive leaps on it. Take your time. But Karen, I'm very impressed. I think so. Do I think it's a good idea? Okay, I'm saying yes, but then there's all those, asterisks and caveats, and read to the bottom of the page. Strongly recommend you at least read the downloads, and I really would think signing up for, taking both the courses would be worth your time, Karen, especially if you want to continue on as a personal trainer and use this with your clients. You need to be able to answer those questions before they come up. My other question is to ask you if you have any tips towards working toward the snatch test and cleans. Yeah, if you're on the site, I've got that massive program teaching you how to pass the snatch test. I think in this case of just practice, really, is twice a week a good enough amount for snatch practice? Yeah, that's exactly what I would tell you. And what I would do is I would do one day where I do the snatch test, but again, asterisk, caveat. So maybe we'll just pick a day A, pick half the load that you do in your snatch test. I don't know if you did the 12, or I don't know what your number was, but you might not even have a heavy enough bell, but let's just say you take the 8 or the 10 kilo bell and snatch it 100 times and time yourself and do a snatch test with half the bell. Maybe the second week on that day A, you would do a 10 kilo, 100 reps, rest, take your time, and then do 8 kilo, 100 reps. And practice doing the 100 reps. And the thing we always say is it your lungs, your guns, or your buns? For me, with the snatch test, it's my lungs. If you just told me right now, Dan, to save the world, you have to do the snatch test, I'd do it. But you would hear a lot of breathing, but my buns and my guns would have no issues. It'd be my lungs. So maybe you could even just do something as simple as this. Week 1, 1 set of 100. Week 2, 2 sets of 100 with ridiculously light weights. And I don't know how much time you're going to give yourself on this, but I would suggest in how many weeks you have, 1 week you do 3 sets of 100, all with sub-maximal weights. So a 10, 8, whatever, a 10, 8, 10, if that's what you have. On the other day, we do this little thing called the 200, and it's just this simple. You would go, it's 200 reps, and you go, so it's going to be left, right. So 20, 20, 20, 20, 15, 15, 15, 15, 10, 10, 10, 10. Then you go up a bell, 5, 5, 5, 5. And that's the whole workout. I don't care if it takes you 3 hours. I don't care if it takes you 5 minutes. But you get yourself tired doing the snatch test bell. And then when you go up 1 bell up, so I don't know, whatever that would be, the 18 or the 20, whatever the number, doesn't matter. You're snatching tired with a heavier bell. So that means your lockout has to be where it needs to be and all that. Gosh, I hope that helped. Be sure to read my materials. If you type in, I'm sure, Dan John Snatch Test, you'll get all kinds of stuff online. Thank you, and good luck to you.